Hey guys, it's Tuesday and I just spent a couple hours editing this video. It was over 2 hours of content that I've tried to cut down into about 30 minutes. Now I know a lot of you like to watch my videos to see Marine One or the President's Motorcade or the National Guard or cops arresting a bad guy or something like that, but not every day is like that in Washington. In fact, most days are not. Some days are Tuesday. Today is a Tuesday. Anyway, I'm still going to show you what I saw, and there is some stuff that's cool. We went to the White House, we saw some construction, we saw some National Guards, we saw a fire. Well, it wasn't really a fire, but we saw a lot of fire trucks. Fire trucks are cool. We also saw a chicken sandwich, a museum, a statue, the river, and some other random stuff. Well, anyway, some days life is a Tuesday. Today's a Tuesday. Hey guys, good morning. It's Tuesday, and it's going to be really hot today. I'm going to head up to the U.S. Capitol because I haven't been there in a while, but we're going to swing by the Vice President's house. There's a helicopter landing any minute. I might have already missed it. And maybe we'll go for a walk in the woods because, like I said, it's a really nice day today because we're in a rush. Oh, I hear a helicopter. There's a helicopter up over there. I'm not sure if that is the Marine 2 aircraft, but I suspect we'll see shortly. Wow, look at these flowers and this tree. The cathedral's up on the hill over there. You can just see it through the trees. And we're out at the Vice President's house, where it is 10:14 official time, U.S. government, 10:14 in the morning, Eastern time. Vice President leaves Andrews at 10:55. That's a while away. I don't think the helicopter will be down yet, but we'll take a look. Vice President's house is up there in a bunch of trees, so we can't see it. Ow! I just got attacked by a giant bug. Just flew into my face. Another 2 inches and I would have had lunch taken care of. Oh, that's right, the cicadas are coming. I don't think they're out yet, but there were some weird videos on Instagram of bugs coming out. Let's go take a look and see if he's up here yet. Nope. No helicopter yet. So let's go back here to the Kiwis, because you guys wanted to see this place. This is the Embassy of New Zealand. And it has this really cool, like, arch. New Zealand Embassy. Oh, you can't even see it from this side, though. Now we have to go around. This is some Maori thing. They're not in right now, like everybody. Work from home. PD, I guess that's the New Zealand Embassy. Diplomatic tag, PD. No Marine 2 at the moment. We're just gonna boogie on out of here. Let's take a break on the park for a bit. We missed her. Looks like she's already at Andrews Air Force Base. She probably left from the office. That would be a motorcade rather than a helicopter. But Twitter's already got photos of her boarding Air Force 2, so we're just going to go to the Capitol. So we are on our street, poking our way across towards DuPont to get a new bike, because the seat on this bike is really quite annoying. But we're going to stop here momentarily, which is currently what is this, 2131? Yeah, 2131 R Street. And this is currently an embassy, the ambassador's residence, but this was Franklin Delano Roosevelt's house. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, lived here when he was the Assistant Secretary of the Navy. And his first real taste of Washington was in that house. Hey, look at that. They even painted it on the sidewalks down here. You know what that means? It means I can run across the red light. Yep. I don't think so. All right, let's go into the park. The DC government has a lot of inefficiencies, a lot of things they just don't do right. But one thing they're really, really good at is towing cars. When it comes to towing cars, the DC government is actually studied by other city governments because they just yank cars left and right when they are parked illegally, like these guys. So a wolf pack of tow trucks has arrived, and they're going to clear this whole road in the next few minutes. No mercy. Anyway, if you do park in DC, be sure to pay attention to the signs, not just the metal ones, but the emergency signs that always pop up whenever there's a protest or something. Like this one. This is probably for construction. Construction staging area, yep. So everybody's going to get yanked. Every car on this street will be towed in the next 15 to 20 minutes probably. And we're approaching the fence line at Lafayette Park. Still a fence line. Still 100 days into the new administration. We still have a fence. It's a bit silly. Some of us are thinking the fence is not going to come down ever. They'll just open it occasionally and let you walk in, but the fence is going to just stay up. That's always been the goal of the Secret Service, is to expand the perimeter to make the safe zone further out, requiring more officers to patrol. Oh, the evangelical presidential candidate is out here again. She's out here every day campaigning. I don't know if the South Korean woman is out here, the woman who's trying to get U.S. forces out of Korea. A couple bicycle cops over here today. What's this woman's name? Crombie, C-R-O-M-B-I-E.
We do that by confessing our sins and confessing that we can't make our own way.
Take a picture. What a day. That used to be the British Legation building, back when England was still negotiating with the US on things like the boundary of Maine and Canada. And the British Legation was based there. I guess that's what they had before they had an embassy. But a lot of treaties were hammered out there. So we found a new bike. We're gonna spin down Pennsylvania Avenue, make our way up to the Capitol, then we're gonna go get something to eat. And this is the Trump International Hotel in the old post office pavilion. There we go. And then the Department of Justice, or the Justice Department over here, across from the FBI headquarters. So they might replace this FBI headquarters. There's a big debate about that, moving them to the suburbs, redeveloping that property. Capitol's down the end of the road. We're at about 9th Street, so 9 more blocks. And I think we can catch this light if we pedal a little bit. Got it. Sweet. So that's your archives. The archives, while they do hold the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, the archives organization actually archives everything in the U.S. government, all the documents, all the presidential papers. They have warehouses upon warehouses filled with government documents. And that is their mission. Interestingly, they have a subsection that deals solely in classified documents. Now, documents are declassified automatically after 25 years unless there's some compelling government interest in keeping that document classified. So if you go into the archives website, you can get a list every day pretty much, or every week, of all the newly declassified documents. And a lot of researchers and newspaper reporters just sort of scroll through that on their free time. And occasionally they pick up some interesting nuggets about like the Vietnam War, or the Cold War, or Falklands, who knows, whatever. This is annoying. Red lights are annoying. Squirrel, what are you doing? Out of my way! Squirrel almost got run over by me. 4th Street. I showed you this the other day. This is the National Gallery of Art with the big blue chicken up on the roof. There he is. Big blue hen. Here's some fire trucks going somewhere. The fire truck is actually coming this way. I don't know if he'll come this far though. Yeah, maybe. No, he's going straight. He's going to turn over here. And he is in a hurry. And we got another one coming. I think we actually have a fire chief coming. If there's a fire chief coming, that means there might be a fire. What do you think, guys? Should we be ambulance chasers for a while? Why not? Because it's a pretty boring day. Up Capitol Hill. Oh, this is the president's fire truck. This is engine company 16. First due at the White House. Can't even keep up with them. They actually have the presidential seal on the side of their fire truck. Well, for those wondering, the area is still closed by order of the Capitol Police Board. I guess they have the authority to do this. Now the part that's really awful, that's actually going up Capitol Hill because, well, it's a big hill. So I've tracked the fire call. It's 110 2nd Street Southeast, which I'm not really sure what that is. I think it's just an office building. It's near the Library of Congress. There's the Capitol. As predicted, it is the Library of Congress. Not the famous old one, but the more modern building, I think. Let's avoid this. So you can see here at the back of this fire truck is the seal of the presidency. First due at the White House. They're not even out of their truck. I don't think they're worried. Oh, National Guard guys. There are a few left. And the police have closed the road. Down the sidewalk. The Supreme Court. There, we're over by the Supreme Court right now. I don't know what they're... I know they just turned down a bunch of decisions. They refused to hear some appellate decisions recently. I think they're coming near the end of the term. There may even be some resignations. There's the U.S. Capitol. Closed. Area closed. Here's our Supreme Court. Also closed. Because if you... what's the point of having a building unless you can put a fence around it? Now we're at 7th Street. Eastern Market is just off to my right. That's where I'm going to have lunch. So right over there, we're going to go for lunch. But first, I'm going to take you down here just for a little bit of DC controversy. And you'll probably hear about where you live. Lincoln Park, of course, is named after Abraham Lincoln. And there is a statue here of Abraham Lincoln that has caused a great deal of controversy. This is a statue of Lincoln the Emancipator. But the Black Lives Matter community does not like this statue. They feel it understates the role of African Americans, and it makes them look like they were just had to be picked up by Abe Lincoln rather than allowing them to stand on their own. So there's debate about removing the statue, or at least changing the wording underneath it. So this has been a local controversy, which I'm sure will bubble into the bigger culture wars that are going on in the U.S. The statue of Abraham Lincoln, the Emancipator, here in Lincoln Park. Okay, let's go get a sandwich. I still have a bug in my eye. Kind of annoying. Alright, let's go see what we can get here to eat. That's not even crowded yet. Fried chicken sandwich and fries. Can't even get this thing in one bite. Oh, really hot. Cookies and cakes. And I can't eat either. Let's duck out. So the house there with the American flag on the right, that was the Gary Hart townhouse. That was the townhouse where Gary Hart, presidential contender, met with a young lady named Donna Rice, and she stayed the night while a reporter was outside following them. He had basically challenged the reporter. He said, "My life is above repute. You don't like it, you can follow me." So, well, they did. They followed him, and they saw this beautiful girl go in that was not his wife. And that pretty much ended his political aspirations. Okay, so this house right here, this little white house, 636, I believe it's G Street. Maybe it's F, I can't even remember. Now we're on F. 636F, this is the birthplace of John Phillip Sousa. John Phillip Sousa wrote many of the great American marches, was the director of the U.S. Marine Corps Band, and he was born in that house. When he went on, oh, it's G. I thought it was G, but then I couldn't remember where F was. All right, so that was G. 7th and G, southeast. But just down from 7th and G southeast is where John Philip Sousa worked. And that is the Marine Barracks, 8th and I, the oldest post in the Marine Corps. This is where the Commandant of the Marine Corps lives, the Chief General in charge of all Marines, lives in that house right there. Boy, that really is a big trunk. And down here is where the Marine Corps Band and the ceremonial units are based. The silent drill team, and the company or two that provides services at the White House and services at like Arlington Cemetery for Marines and other ceremonial missions of the Marine Corps. They are based here. They have a beautiful parade every Friday night in the summertime. It's open to the public, though you have to get a ticket. The evening parade, the Friday night parade at the Marine Barracks 8th and I. Definitely one of those things you should see. You can see it on YouTube if you can't see it in person, but it is an impressive display. Yeah, I thought I was going to hit him too. This is another Marine base facility. I'm not sure who's based here. Oh, this is the Marine Band. Okay, so they moved the band over here. There's a band, and then I thought there's a John Philip Sousa statue. All right, we gotta film that. Now, just next to the Marine base is the Navy Yard. Now, I took you to the Navy Yard the other day when I crashed my scooter. A little bit spooky to think about that, especially since I'm on another scooter right now. But this is the actual part of the Navy Yard that is still the U.S. Navy. There was an incident here a few years back where a lone gunman broke into the Navy Yard and started shooting people. I think he killed 11 people, if I recall. Now, this used to be like a foundry where they would make the big guns for the battleships and the cruisers, and where ships would come in. They actually had a pier where they would dock warships during World War II. In fact, FDR's famous "Look to Norway" speech, where he challenged the world, who said, "We have to coexist with Hitler. Well, look to Norway. Look what happened to Norway." He gave that speech here at the Washington Naval Yard with Crown Princess Martha of Norway at his side. You'll see that speech in the show Atlantic Crossing, if you're watching that show. Now, let's see if we can go down around the base, down by the waterfront. Don't know if we can do this. I've never done this on a scooter. Now, there's a great museum on this base, the U.S. Navy Museum, but they have a secondary annex called the Annex of the Cold War, and it's a Cold War museum. It's just about Cold War documents and Cold War, like Jeeps and Checkpoint Charlie and all that sort of stuff. We can go back here. We can see some of the museum, I think. I think we can get down to the walkway. This is a big ramp. We have to be careful going down this. There we go. The Anacostia River is the poor cousin of the Potomac. It's been very, very polluted, very, very ignored for many years. And about the last, and we've got some helicopters coming. A lot of helicopter traffic along here as the Park Police have their air station here. And also the Marine Corps has Marine One's bases down here. And speaking of, who is this? Oh, this is the Navy commandants. That's an old school gray color with a yellow tail. And here we get back to the museum. This is an old swift boat from the Vietnam era. Not a PBR, but like that, patrol boat. This was part of the museum over here. Yeah, so this was what a John Kerry used to be on, a swift boat. Swift boats. 6-man crew. Swift boat guys who died. believe these used to be noonday guns. Let's go down a bit farther. This might be related to the new museum they're working on. So I think this parking lot is going to become the new museum. Somewhere down in this area. During World War II, I saw some photos. There were like 4 or 5 warships docked here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Some of the work that was done here. Can you see it? That is a giant railway gun. Look at that sucker. Was that a 12-incher, maybe 14-inch railway gun from World War I? One of the types of guns they used to build here. They used to build the barrels here, put it on a railroad, and send it over to France. I think that's an American one. Then there's a big propeller. There's a bunch of other weapons back there, but I can't really show you them because I'm kind of stuck here. There's another big barrel. There's some mines. So that's part of the park of the Navy Museum, but unfortunately we just can't go in there. Kind of a bummer. But I assure you, when we can go in there, I will take you in there and we will get to go look at that gun up close. It's pretty cool. This is the conning tower of a submarine. There's some more guns in the park. Some big deck guns from some old ships. B-A-L-A-O, the conning tower of that submarine. And now we go into the yards, which is the civilian version of the Navy Yard that has become so popular. We'll stay off the wood. The wood's too noisy. There's a marina down here. I guess I can go under the bridge. That's the new South Capitol Street Bridge that's being built. I remember 15 years ago when they renovated the old bridge, I guess they just weren't ready to build a new one yet. Oh, it looks like you can rent boats here. You want to rent a kayak or a canoe? Cool. Cut over this way. And this is the entrance to right field, I think. This is the right field entrance to Nationals Park. Oh, first base gate. So first base gate before we head up to our neighborhood. Let's race the bus. What do you think? Can I beat them? Oh yeah. They've got an awesome draft. I can easily take this bus, but I'm not gonna. I might. I'm starting to see things. Maybe it's the diesel exhaust I've been breathing for the last few seconds. But the sky is turning purple. Let's back off a bit before we go into a deep hallucination. Fresh air time. Oh, he's got to stop. He's got a pedestrian. He has to stop. That's my chance. Now he's mad. Yeah. Now he's mad. This is the American History Museum. Ah, what a beautiful day. And it's a little bit after noon, 12:42. We have about 4 hours before the storms come in. It's actually starting to get a little gray over to the west. Let's go this way. A little closer to the White House. It's closed off. There must be something going on. Well, I thought we'd cut across the ellipse, but there must be some sort of... Actually, he's making a speech at 1, I think, in the north... That was on the other side, though, the north patio or something. Not the north patio, but like the state room or something. God, they're so sensitive. If the president is anywhere but the Oval Office, we close off the ellipse. So now we're back in the Foggy Bottom area. This is George Washington University and the World Bank. So the buildings on my right are International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. And up ahead is George Washington University and the Law School and several other classroom buildings. The students live in a variety of apartment-like dorms in this area. It can be a little bit crazy when they're all here. Right now, though, I don't think all the students are back. And guess what? Another bug just hit me. Just getting clobbered by bugs today. Tree. That stinks. All right, well, we did have some rain the other day and some winds. A few trees fell down, that being one of them. All right, back on the bridge where we started oh so long ago. Looking down on Rock Creek Parkway. So yeah, a big storm is coming. It's about 4:40. The storm's due about 5. It'll be gone by 6 because that's just how storms are in the summer in Washington. It gets hot all day, rains for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then it's just humid and muggy all night. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little cruise around Washington, D.C. Like I said, some days are just Tuesdays with thunder. Tomorrow I'm going to the Air and Space Museum in the morning about 10 o'clock. I will live stream if I can get a good signal. If I can't get a good signal, you'll just have to watch the video later. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Remember, show not tell. That's what I'm trying to do. Show you what it looked like today, a Tuesday, and tomorrow I'll show you what it looks like on a Wednesday. See you later.